What if your backyard was your kids' friends' favorite place to hang out because it had every feature a kid could possibly want? This yard has an in-ground trampoline, a massive slide, a splash pad, and so much more. So let's go check out every kid-friendly feature in this amazing space. So before we ever began, as you can see, this is a massive backyard, and it was a challenging space because it was not totally flat. So we're gonna have to work with some kind of retaining walls, and we really wanted to just work with the client to show him what was possible, because if you look here, it really just seems like a blank slate, and it really seems like where we're gonna go from here. And now look at this amazing transformation. You can't even recognize it from what we started at. So I can't wait to show you. Let's start checking it out. Here I am at the entrance. Once again, this is just packed with features that kids would love. Can't wait to show you. Let's go check out the first one. So this yard is so large, and it has the space to accommodate every single feature on the wish list. And this, surprisingly, is a top wish list item for a lot of parents, but most yards don't have the space. This is an in-ground trampoline. I have not jumped on a trampoline for probably 10 years, and it's still as fun as ever. What I love is this blends in seamlessly, and it's connected right to this gorgeous, expansive yard where they can play soccer, they can practice football, they can play any kind of sport. So this yard has so much space, and it's so versatile. All right, let's go check out the next item. Next feature on the list is this oversized giant sunken seating. And what I really love about this space, you come down actually 4 steps, and it's really deep and really low. And this one is actually not flush. As you can see, we have the backrest is slightly raised, and it's just a lot softer transition, and it works so well with the space. It feels more connected to the outdoor kitchen. And this fire pit is the perfect length away. So if it's a really warm night, you can kind of lean back away from it. But if it's colder, you can put up your feet and really lean it in and soak up that warmth. And remember, good design is always in the details, and one little detail which you can never not put in a sunken fire pit is an LED going all the way, not only under the seating, under the fire pit, and under all the stairs. Check out how beautiful it looks at night. So this is the ultimate hosting kitchen, whether it be their kids' football team or just friends and family. This outdoor kitchen has it all. And I have to say, if you come around and check it out, this is one of my favorite features. This is an ice machine, but not just any ice machine. It's made to mimic the Chick-fil-A crunchy ice you can only get, which is so delicious. We have 2 refrigerators here, full grill, full griddle, which is also something I don't typically see, and a warming drawer. So just remember that it's always worth to invest in your outdoor kitchen if you want to design for your kids and all your family and friends. One thing I want to point out, because this is a perfect example of a wood look material. Now, to the naked eye, honestly, I'm standing here, I'm touching it, I cannot tell this is not a real wood. The grain is so realistic looking. Every piece is different. It's actually a porcelain tile. So just remember, any wood accents you have, even if you're just making a shelf like that, porcelain tile is a way to go. This will withstand the UV rays. If I come back 5 years later, this will not be faded. Unlike any real wood or even composite wood, porcelain wood is a way to go for all your wood accents. So you may not be able to tell on camera, but this is actually one of the biggest single overhead structures I've actually stood under in a built out project. What I love is that every item is taken into consideration. This has heaters for cold nights. It has fans for hot days. Obviously there's lights throughout, so when it does get actually dark and we need full lighting, we have that. But it has also beautiful accent lighting, LEDs under every element, as well as this amazing fireplace, which just really is so mesmerizing. And once we have the furniture here, it's just gonna be gorgeous to stare at. So at Foxterra, we love a good oversized spa. This one is about 7 by 10, definitely in the XL category. And one of the questions we get a lot is, if I have an XL spa, is it gonna take forever to heat? And the client told us that this actually heats up in about 45 minutes. So this size, you're not gonna take any longer than your standard spa would. So as we said, this yard was designed to be the ultimate kids playground, and that also applies to the pool design. So when we're designing a pool around kids and how kids play, we want to make sure there's a lot of ways they can use the pool. So this specific pool has 2 very large Baja shelves, and that's great for younger kids, any kids under 3 and under. That way parents can keep an eye on the kids, and they have a safe place to really be in the water without actually being in the deeper water. That being said, of course, the older kids always want a sense of adventure and just fun. So we have the main event behind me, which is this massive slide. Let's go check it out. All right, so before we go to the slide, just want to show you a quick trade secret. If your yard has scuppers, it is fairly common this will happen, that something will get stuck. So just here's a little Foxterra tip and trick. Take your favorite MX Black, which I do not have, and just slide it through. Good as new. As I said earlier, this yard has every possible feature a kid could want, and I was not exaggerating. So right over here, we have a basketball court. Like I said, we already have a full-size lawn for a soccer and football. So every sport you can imagine, we have space for it. But this is actually the first one we built that is an actual splash pad, because like I said, this is designed for kids of all ages, and this is great for big kids, little kids. They can just be running around in the water, away from the pool. They're actually separated from it, especially if they are little kids, they're not gonna fall in. But it is a really cool, playful space, and we're actually gonna be covering up the slide to make it even more inviting, but at night it's just a really cool space for kids to play and let loose. So here's another feature, which is the first time for Foxterra. This is actually it's a storage unit, but there's actually a dryer inside. This is to make sure that your kids, friends, parents love you. That way, before they leave, they can throw all their wet stuff in and not have to leave with wet towels. Once again, this is a very thoughtful family. It's thought about everything possible to make this a perfect space for their kids. So I have actually not gone to the top yet to see how it looks from the top of the slide. So let's go together and see how it looks. So this is no average slide. On this slide, you're able to get some high velocity, and actually the launching point, you're above the water. So you're gonna go flying and still land at that deep end, so it's still very safe. But what I love about this is that it's very secure, so no one could possibly slip and fall off this tower, and it still feels very luxurious. Every single step, if you notice, has LED lights, fully lit, so at night there's ample lighting and no room for any danger to happen. Also, no kid-friendly pool would be complete without Laminars. Kids love playing with these, and they actually add so much elegance. And I want to point out something which I have to give credit where credit is due. This was actually the client's idea, and I absolutely love it because there's just this is the back wall of the house, and putting this green, and it's artificial, so it doesn't need any water, just really softens the space, makes it more timeless, and really makes it a lot more elegant. So I hope you like this tour of this kid-friendly backyard paradise. And one thing I want you to remember is that, as you can see, this was designed to be the ultimate kids playground, but it's not childish and it's not juvenile. It's a beautiful space, it's timeless, and it's elegant. And even if it was an adults only party, this has so much to offer for any kind of space or event. Before we began filming today, I was speaking to the client, I met his family, and they love this space so much. And I have to say, for us, it brings us so much joy to be able to design spaces specifically for you. He's making so many great memories here with his family, and I have to say, personally, it's so rewarding, and thank you for entrusting us in that process. And that is absolutely our passion, is designing a space that's custom made for how you are and how you live and how you want to be with your family. So if you want a yard that's custom designed for you and fits your lifestyle and your family perfectly, book a free design call by clicking the link in the description box below. And if you're one of the 20% of our viewers that made it to the end of this video, first of all, thank you so much. And make sure to like and subscribe, and make sure you don't miss any future uploads. And if you like this yard tour, click this link here, because I really think you're gonna like this one next.